What is up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of the 3 p.m. Roundup, where we talk about the 3 p.m. Premier League games. And I'm just excited because what games to start the week? We had 5-2 Liverpool over West Ham, a goal fest. And that didn't stop with Newcastle Everton going 3-2 to Everton at St. James's Park. Disappointing result for Newcastle. And then Brentford up 3-0. I thought that was the game I could turn off. And then Burnley come back all the way, went up 4-3, gets disallowed by VAR. And then Brentford scrape it at the end to get away with what should have been a disgusting choke job. So let's talk about the game, starting with Liverpool-West Ham. We had Liverpool score 3 corner kicks in the first half. Hugo Ekitike scoring the first one. Ball comes in, comes out. Gravenberch puts it back in the area, and West Ham just cannot clear it. Goes back to Gravenberch, and he picks out Ekitike on the wing with a great ball to start the scoring. On the volley, Ekitike puts it through the defender's legs, which, it was an amazing finish. Ekitike did a great job today in that sense. 1-0 Liverpool. Second goal, Szoboszlai, perfect corner kick, straight onto Van Dijk's head, 2-0 Liverpool. And West Ham, they tried applying the pressure. Somerville was amazing technically today, but his final product just was not there. But that's kind of the story of Somerville, and he's still growing, he's still young, but he's going to be a great player in the future. Really excited about him. And then the third goal happens. Corner kick comes in, a bunch of deflections happen, and Ekitike makes a great decision of just laying it back to McAllister, who smashes it in top of the net. 3-0 Liverpool. Amazing volley by McAllister, a goal he really needed for his form as well. Getting linked to moves away from Liverpool, even to Man United, which should be so much below what his level is. A World Cup champion, Premier League champion. That is not McAllister. So it's 3-0 halftime. We come back from the break, and West Ham score almost immediately. Diouf gets on the wing, drills the ball, and Bowen scores 3-1, but it really was never dangerous. This game really proved that Liverpool can dominate the teams that they're supposed to this season, which may be important in this Champions League race just to get these results, not have to worry, and then move on to the next one. The fourth goal, another great goal by Gakpo, who was I think he was poor today. Him and Salah have not been great for Liverpool this season at all. Heard the stat that this was Gakpo's second goal contribution in 13 games for Liverpool. It's unacceptable. The fact that Liverpool are able to score 5 goals this game with Gakpo and Salah playing as poor as they are, it's very impressive, very scary for the future if they build this team better around their key pieces like Wirtz, who didn't play today, Ekitike, McAllister, Szoboszlai. West Ham get another leg, Castellanos. Great signing. He's really making West Ham fight in this relegation battle. But then the day a fifth goal for Liverpool goes in, and there was not enough. So 5-2 Liverpool is the way that ends. And at the same time, Newcastle Everton is happening at St. James's Park. A game that in the past couple years we would chalk up as a Newcastle win, which it should be. But this year just has not been great. At home for Newcastle, which is so surprising considering how difficult that atmosphere is to go to. But Everton's been amazing away and deserve the credit for this game. They were up momentum right away. Beto pressing high. I thought he was poor today, but for who Beto has been this season, he did good enough. A couple missed chances from Newcastle early. Everton pushing the pace, and then they get a corner kick, and surprisingly, they didn't go with their usual terrible tactic of just pressing the keeper like they were doing against Manchester United on Monday. They put in a great corner kick, and Branthwaite with an amazing header to put them up 1-0. No comments about that goal. Just amazing all around. And then Newcastle, a couple chances here and there. Alenga should be doing better with some of his chances that he got today. but that's been the story of his season. Just not a great player for Newcastle this year. And uh, Jacob Ramsey gets a goal with a beautiful pass from Tonali to play him in a dangerous spot. Shoots it, deflects. Nothing Pickford can really do about it. But Newcastle needed that to get in the game. And then this ended up happening later as well. But Newcastle concede immediately off kickoff. What a touch from McNeil to bring that down. He plays the ball forward. Forward, gets it back, shoots, and I mean, Pope needs to be doing much better with that ball. He should be saving it outwards and saves it in, and Beto is the only one to react, which is good striker work from him and a great way to get your confidence going, especially with how badly he's been struggling this season. But 2-1 Everton, I mean, Nick Pope, it has to be better. I mean, Pickford on the other side of the field is that England #1 keeper, and Pope's the one who should be trying his very hardest to push him. And today we saw who the better keeper was by far. Pickford's England's #1. There's no question about it. So it's 2-1 halftime. Anthony Gordon going all in, trying to get a goal. Didn't seem that energized today like he usually does in the bigger games. I know he loves to step up for these big matches, and today maybe he just didn't take Everton seriously enough, even though coming against your former team. But I just didn't see the energy. Thought he was not great, and games like this really make me question why he's getting these links to bigger teams. It seems like he's all pace, can't finish at the highest level, and I mean, it's poor, the inconsistency from him, especially coming off such great games in the Champions League. So anyways, it's 2-1, and somehow the Newcastle equalized 2-2 without the energy, without anything going for them. They tie it 2-2 with an amazing finish by Murphy. I mean, it was a great ball to a great finish. You can't say anything about it. I will say one of Newcastle's sub, Harvey Barnes, I mean, it's sad to see the way he's playing recently because, I mean, when he was at Leicester and even, it was more just at Leicester. At Newcastle, he has not been the player that they wanted him to be. And, I mean, today he had a chance to really equalize it before the Murphy equalizer went in. And he does this weird chip, and I didn't understand it. Not great football but from him. And then obviously Newcastle scores. So what do they do next? They concede immediately, losing it in a bad position. One of the Newcastle midfielders, Dewsbury Hall, picks it up, and instead of just forcing a finish, he plays it nicely across the field for a great finish by the Everton striker, Thierry Bernie, who just came on for Beto. 3-2 Everton. They deserved it. Newcastle did not come to play. And it seems like they're very focused on their Champions League, on the Champions League, on the FA Cup and getting trophies in, which could be dangerous because, I mean, playing Barcelona in the Champions League next, they could be out of that tournament. And FA Cup is, I mean, it's a difficult tournament to win. So with these Premier League results, we may not see Newcastle in Europe next season, which is incredibly disappointing considering the levels that the club is at or should be at, considering the money that they have in. So that's that. 3-2 Everton. And then, I mean, I wasn't planning on talking about this game much, especially when I saw Brentford go up 3-0 in the 35th minute. It seems so comfortable. Igor Thiago scoring a beautiful goal. Kevin Schade scoring off the corner kick. And, I mean, it was dominant. I was ready to make a take that Burnley might finish below Wolves this season because I am just not impressed by the way they play. But they showed so much heart. They score a goal right before halftime, 3-1. And then right when he comes out in the second half, they make it 3-2 Fleming just played amazing in that comeback. Just really just showed the heart that I don't it is difficult to find heart when you're a struggling Burnley team. You don't have the quality, you don't have the talent, and being that far back on the relegation battle and scoring the goals like that, making it 3-3. I mean, beautiful work from Burnley to even do that. And then the fourth goal goes in for Burnley, and it should be 4-3. And Brentford choking such a game that just is a must win for them was about to happen. Goal gets chalked off, which is so disappointing because I think Burnley deserved that. And then Brentford get one at the end, make it 4-3, and scrape out a result. And now, I think Brentford were terrible in that second half. I mean, they just showed fear against a Burnley team that they are levels better than. But getting a result like that, especially with the fixtures that they have coming up compared to who Chelsea have coming up, even teams like Liverpool have coming up, they can really push these Europe spots if Chelsea and Liverpool aren't careful and mess around in their games coming up. Brentford have a run of fixtures that can really push the pace in that sense. So yeah, that is your 3 p.m. roundup. Obviously, Manchester City leads right now. Hopefully getting a video about that out soon enough later today. But thank you guys for watching. A lot more of this to come soon. Peace.